This is When Rom Met Com.
I'm doing that.
You do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. This is When Rom Met Com, the podcast where we break down what makes a date movie a great movie. We are currently working our way through Vanity Fair's list of the 42 best romantic comedies of all time to see if they had us at hello or were a big mistake. Huge. I'm Nora, and I am here with my co-host Jack, who has got class with a capital K.
We are here with Ramzee, who is an author, comic book writer, and all-around nice guy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Award-winning author.
Yeah, weirdly. And film geek, I would say. Takes precedence over everything.
Oh my goodness.
I
Film
love
geek.
films.
But you are a former screen geek.
I was a former screen geek with you, the captain of the Screen Geeks.
Yeah, I used to run a website called Screen Geeks UK, and Ramzee was one of my journos.
Yeah, and then we got to go to all these junkets and screenings. It was super cool.
I feel like you told this story before we switched the mics on.
Oh, yeah,
and I think people need to hear it again. Can you tell us about your meet cute?
So we were in the returns queue.
Did we say it was 18 years ago or something?
It would have been 2008 because we wanted to get into the surprise film, which ended up, I don't think either of us did get into because it ended up being Capitalism, a Love Story, which I've still not seen. Sorry, Michael Bourne. We won't, even though it's a love story, we won't be covering it on this podcast.
Is that on the list?
I think we were all hoping it was going to be Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't get in. But you and I started chatting and we ended up becoming friends.
Yeah.
We've stayed like good friends since then.
Yeah. And then we went to like Empire Magazine Con. Remember that? That was pretty cool. And we did a pitching contest. And I still remember your movie pitch was like a time travel thing with Anne Hathaway, Shakespeare's wife, and the actress Anne Hathaway.
The idea was that Anne Hathaway had traveled from the past to the future and became the actress Anne Hathaway.
Incredible.
But yeah, no, we've had a history in film, and therefore, why not get you on to chat about one of the most historic rom-coms of all time?
Yeah, I mean, it's a rom-com, it's a screwball comedy, like kind of in between.
But it's widely considered the first rom-com.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
And was it the first to win 4 Oscars? Was it 5?
This one, yeah, it wins the big 5.
We're being so mysterious. What movie are we talking about?
It Happened One Night.
Yeah. Woo! Thank Capra. Woo!
But Ramzee, before we jump too far into it, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history with rom-coms.
I am a huge fan of screwball comedy. That's sort of like the hipster version of rom-coms, I guess. And rom-coms, I'll say Broadcast News is my favorite. When Harry Met Sally is an odd one because I feel like that's almost sort of like the Citizen Kane of like rom-coms because they have these interview bits with people and like that doesn't really connect to that's outside the story, and like they really play with the whole idea of like it doesn't follow the typical, how to lose a guy in 10 days kind of trope. Like it's more arty, I think. Maybe it's just my problem. When I hear rom-com, I think fluffy. I think, watch at home and chill and kind of things. Where I kind of feel like that's sort of like when Harry Met Sally is almost like a thinking person's rom-com.
Oh. I have never watched When Harry Met Sally at home.
Ooh.
I have seen it twice, and both times were the Prince Charles Cinema, the New Year's Eve showing with Jack.
Oh, cool. My New Year's Eve movie is probably The Apartment.
We got a few New Year's Eve movies on the list.
Yeah, it's a very common thing in rom-coms, New Year's Eve.
Oh, brilliant. You love screwball, so you are the perfect person to have on this episode.
This is bonkers. This movie's kind of bonkers. And
Had you seen it before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's one of those like entry-level screwball comedies like this, Philadelphia Story, and I would say Bringing Up Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the oldest movie on the list. 1934, right?
Yeah. It's the oldest movie ever made.
It's the first movie.
Well, shall I jump into the stats?
Oh, yeah, do.
So this was directed by Frank Capra. It stars Clark Gable, Claudette Colbert, Walter Connolly, Roscoe Carnes, and Jameson Thomas. Back when people had names, goddammit.
Nobody has names anymore.
Nora
Chalamet.
You could have been called Roscoe Carnes.
I could have.
But he sounds like a gangster. Roscoe
Carnes.
Carnes.
You're gonna
I gotta go to Atlantic City and pay my debt to Roscoe Carnes.
Not Roscoe Carnes, he'll break your legs. You better pay him that money.
Yeah, that cement galoshes.
How many Roscoes do you know?
Zero.
Zero.
You come from the land of Roscoe.
West Virginia?
Yeah.
West Virginia.
So this was released on the 22nd of February, 1934. Made on a crazy budget of either $325,000 or $500,000.
Quite a lot for the time, it feels like.
Yeah, and it was like made during the Great Depression, so there wasn't that much money.
And it was made by the Cheapie Studio. This nobody wanted to work with Columbia.
No.
And this made at the time a box office of $2.5 million.
Wow.
You know, they say that I read, what was it? Like movies are one of the industries that are kind of recession proof.
Yeah.
Like during the Great Depression, people would go without to scrape up enough money to go to the movies because they needed that escapism.
And it's quite cheap. Movies were quite cheap back then.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, which I guess like one of the reasons why they keep saying, why are people not going to cinema anymore and just watching streaming? It's because it's so expensive.
Yeah. Although at the time of recording, Obsession is currently smashing the box office. And some of the analysis I've seen about it is like, this is a recession indicator. Like a movie doing really well is a recession indicator because it's like, we will put our money towards this as opposed to other things.
It's also a film that was made on a similar budget to Happened One Night, as it was made for less than $1 million.
Yeah.
And is about to gross $100 million. So that's beautiful profit.
Brilliant. We should have made this a double bill.
Yeah. But I just think it's interesting. And especially because one of the themes throughout It Happened One Night is money and financial insecurity and what will we do for money and what will we spend our money on. And
I actually love that part of it. I think it does it so well.
It also feels very relevant.
I mean, that's what screwball comedies are about. Like, all screwball comedies are rom-coms, but not all rom-coms are screwball comedies. You know?
Okay.
Because screwball comedies usually deal with like class or gender, and they usually have like these strong, chaotic female characters, and like these really farcical situations and like really subversive dialogue. Because back in those days, it was like small c conservative, and you had to like to get these jokes through the censorship. They had to be really witty about their dialogue.
Which they are.
Yeah.
Yes. Although this movie's pre-Hays Code, right? So we get some quite like frank discussion of sex.
Frank Capra discussion.
We also get shirtless Clark Gable, which like, okay, all right.
Looking good.
Yes. And I read somewhere, and this might be completely made up, that men kind of stopped wearing undershirts under their like button-up shirts because he's not wearing one in this movie. And they were like, well, clearly that's the way we do it now. Undershirt sales just tanked.
Gone.
That did not help the recession.
Right. No, not at all. The economy.
I just want to go back to Roscoe Carnes.
Please.
Because he plays Shapley in this movie.
Love him. I mean, hate him.
Is that the editor?
No, it's the guy on the bus.
Oh.
The creep.
Oh, yeah.
Shapley's my name, and that's how I like him.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
But he was also in His Girl Friday.
Who was he? One of the
guys, McHugh.
All right.
Possible Oscar to Roscoe Carnes, because that performance is gross and brilliant all at the same time.
I might do like a little a podcast dedicated to Roscoe Carnes, just watch all the movies he's in.
I can tell you there are 169 of them.
Wow.
Good Lord.
So
he was not messing around.
His last film, Man's Favorite Sport.
Yeah.
1964.
That's, I think, Howard Hawks' last film.
It is.
Yeah.
With Rock Hudson.
Dropping some trivia.
Yeah. He's another screwball comedy guy.
Yeah.
You're just a bunch of screen geeks.
Yeah, that's what we were. Screen geeks. Put a little tape around the bridge of our glasses.
Exactly.
But yeah. And like, do you guys look into like the play that the movie's based on?
I have not, nor did you.
No, I didn't know it was.
In the play, the heiress was a lot more brattier. and there was no journalist. He was an artist, a long-haired artist from Greenwich Village.
Okay.
They tried to make him more
Fucking
relatable.
Beatnik?
Yeah, Beatnik. A Beatnik. And tried to make him more relatable to the
In
audience.
the 1930s?
They made him a journalist, but like a real gritty working class sort of like journalist, and made him have a really annoying boss.
I feel like his boss was fine.
Yeah, but to him, it was really annoying.
right, fair. Yeah.
His boss gave him a lot of leeway at the end.
He was the problem.
Yeah.
The boss was fine.
And like, they made her less bratty in a sense, like she was rebelling against being rich.
Well, we're jumping a little too deep because I need to still do the synopsis and you need to read the Vanity Fair.
Oh, God, right. We just got so
yes.
excited.
Firstly, this has a Rotten Tomato score of 98%, which is pretty damn high.
Mm-hmm.
IMDb describes it as a rogue reporter trailing a runaway heiress for a big story joins her on a bus heading from Florida to New York, and they end up stuck with each other when the bus leaves them behind at one of the stops along the way. That's not really
accurate at all.
That's not it. It's like someone overheard the plot.
Yeah.
And was like, it's very.
Let's see if Vanity Fair does better. A rom-com made in an era when the production code discouraged scenes of excessive passion. It Happened One Night captures falling in love and even lust without a whole lot. An expertly displayed leg, an instantly iconic shirtless Clark Gable, and a road trip plot repeated endlessly in the decade since, but never quite matched. A model of the screwball comedy era, when dialogue came quickly and women behaved wildly, but lovably, It Happened One Night holds up particularly well thanks to the chemistry between Gable and Claudette Colbert, who plays the heiress on the run, being hunted down by Gable's enterprising reporter. Their relationship is sparring and hilarious, the two clearly perfectly matched in wits, until it turns irrepressibly romantic, with Colbert's Ellie running away from her unwanted wedding to Pill of the Century Wesley, Jameson Thomas, to be with her hunky newspaperman. The walls of Jericho tumbled, 5 Oscars were won, and the cinematic template was set for pairs who just can't stop arguing, so they may as well kiss already. Thank you, Katie Rich. I loved that.
That was a bit of a banger.
That was great. That's one of my favorite ones, I think.
One of the things just to initially talk about is both the stars did not want to make this movie.
And they were miserable the whole time.
Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
Hated it.
Claudette Colbert would frequently say, I'm sure I've just made my worst picture.
She won an Oscar. Didn't she not turn up to collect the Oscar because she was like, I'm not going to win? Or she was about to get on a train and they had to like run her there to accept it or something?
Wow.
There was something.
At the time, this was made by Columbia, who were seen as a second-rate studio. Frank Capra, I don't think had made it big at the time. So they got lent out on studio contracts, as you did back then, and were just sort of being forced to make this movie that they were like, God, as soon as it's over, no one will ever fucking talk about it again.
Because they were like footballers, weren't they? Like they had contract, they had a club, they had a studio, and then other studios would loan them out, but
you trade your stars for other stars.
So what did Columbia have to trade? Because they were like the lowest.
Who knows?
They're like, we're like, use our cars. If you can borrow a car, I don't know.
But yeah, like, it's so funny that at the time they thought no one would ever talk about this again. And then nearly 100 years later, 90 years later, right?
Yeah.
No, over 90 years later, here we are talking about it.
Yeah.
And in a fond way.
It's great.
Right. We haven't actually said our opinion. This movie is so good.
This movie is great.
It's so good.
Really good dialogue, really cool story.
You can see why it's the template for romantic comedies because it works. Everything about it just works. Katie Rich is right in her description of like the chemistry between Claudette Colbert and Clark Gable.
Sizzling.
Is wonderful. The scene where they have to pretend to be husband and wife to scare off the detectives is one of the funniest fucking things. Them just immediately going into it and just riffing this scene of him being a horrible husband.
God. That was great.
What gives you the right to come in here talking about your wife?
I love the first Wall of Jericho scene when they lay out the blanket, right? And they like separate it, and it's really quite funny.
I mean, the dialogue sparkles in this in ways that, And many other films of the time do as well. But this is just delivered with such panache. And
wasn't it called like transatlantic,
mid-Atlantic, is the like sort of put on stylized like accent that people were using in movies at that time. It's delightful. My favorite thing is watching bloopers where they're just like, oh shit.
Oh, really? I wish I saw. Were there bloopers to this film?
And not necessarily this one, but I've seen like
checked it out.
Like compilations of like bloopers from the 30s and 40s, and they're so funny. They're like, gosh, darn it, I've forgotten my line.
Katharine Hepburn just going full on.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly. It's very funny. But God, they are charming as hell. Like, he is so hot in this. She is so charming in this. Like, you just, of course you love them, like, immediately.
And their little arguments are wonderful.
Because the arguments kind of hide that sort of like sexual tension, right?
Yeah.
It's all about that. That was like the beginning of that in rom-coms, I guess. Oh, yeah.
But enemies to lovers.
Yeah, enemies to lovers, yeah.
But it also highlights that sort of class separation and the sort of financial strain at the time. He is very preoccupied with how much he despises her father and how she was raised. But he's also falling in love with her at the same time. One of my favorite moments is the piggyback scene.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you wouldn't know what a piggyback is. And she's like, my father gave good piggyback.
My father was a great piggybacker.
Your father never saw a piggyback in his life.
Your father wouldn't know a piggyback if it slammed him across the face.
That's the harbinger. That's the test if you're like working class or not, if you've had a piggyback rifle with your dad.
Yeah. He's right.
Yeah,
that's
he's
not a
right.
piggyback,
because he's doing like a sort of like fireman carry.
Yeah,
he's got her like over his shoulder, and she's like a piggyback.
I mean, it's so interesting that this format lasts all this time. Like I was watching, funny enough, the film it reminds me the most of is Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Oh, yeah. They said in that Vanity Fair thing, there's like endless like
versions.
The road trip rom-com, the like enemies to lovers rom-com.
Which Planes, Trains and Automobiles is not a rom-com, but it is. It's a bro-com. It's a bromantic comedy.
Yeah, it's like a one-side. It starts off as a one-sided bromance.
At the beginning of it, Steve Martin can't stand John Candy, and by the end, everybody's in love with John Candy.
The most heartbreaking way.
Oh my god! I watch that scene like several times a year just to like make sure my emotions are still working.
Let me do my emotional MOT. YouTube trades.
There are lots of like road trip romantic comedies. Not a lot on this list.
No.
But they are a fun one because it is a great. So I mean, When Harry Met Sally has it at the beginning where it is just them stuck in a car together.
It's a way to do forced proximity. It's also a way to keep like changing their location and having new people come in and out of it while keeping them in close proximity. It's a very good device. You know what I thought of, and this is so trashy, is there's a really great episode of The Vampire Diaries.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Of course there is.
Nothing trashy about that. I love Vampire Diaries.
Really?
Yeah,
do you
great.
actually?
It's great. Yeah, it's good.
Do you know the Damon and Elena road trip?
Oh, yeah.
Like in season 1, where they like go in fully enemies and leave like tight, like they are pals. It's the beginning of that like ship, that romance. And it's an iconic episode.
And he was watching It Happened One Night and he was like, this is Vampire Diaries.
I was like, this is Damon and Elena.
But and also like they do the forced proximity, but also it's a way of her seeing how people live, because it becomes like a little microcosm for the world, and she gets to see that sick boy
and they go with his sick mum.
Sick mum.
That is so sad.
That's the scene that really like kind of throws you back into the real world. Also, that scene comes after just the highlight of the group sing along on the bus, which is so great.
That bus driver sings so hard he drives them into a ditch. Which is
Here flies through the air the greatest of ease.
I loved all the different like randoms on the bus, like being like, I'll take the next verse.
I was like, I want to be on this bus.
Right? Why don't we do that anymore?
I mean, you don't get that on the megabus anymore. It's like never. It's just it's like dead-eyed stares.
It is. It is in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because they're all singing, and then but Steve Martin isn't joining in, and John Candy's like, "Oh, why don't you do one?" And he goes, 3 pennies in a fountain, and everybody looks at him like an asshole, and then John Candy just goes with Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, and everyone starts joining in.
But I can't use it now. One of my would-dos is participate in a bus sing-along. More bus sing-alongs.
Yeah, bring them back.
Yeah, bring it back.
But yeah, like what is the wonderful thing as well is that these road trip situations gives you the chance to run into like more situations, but also more kind of characters. Like you get the chance to run into a Shapely or the weird innkeepers who are basically the villains of the movie who kick her out. Yeah, you got no money, you can't stay here.
Yeah, they really suck for that.
Yeah. And who else do they run into? The guy who tries to rob them.
Well, the guy who successfully robs them, he just robs him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved
Young
him.
women in love will never be hungry.
My tonsils won't burn as life's corners I turn. Yeah, I love him. All I have been doing for weeks is singing "Young people in love are seldom hungry."
It's such a good tune. And then just Clark Gable driving back singing it as well.
Yes.
But no, like you do get this, like it's that wonderful thing that we talk about a lot on this show is how much a rom-com is made out of supporting characters. This has got a whole cavalcade of them, which, as did His Girl Friday, for instance. But you don't always think of, like, they're not like specifically named or featured that long. And like when you think about this movie, you think of Clark Gable and Colette Colbert, but they are great. Even the women queuing up to use the shower. Fucking great. Fucking great faces.
Every bit of the buffalo for this, don't they?
Yeah.
But like also like I really love like the portrayal of like journalism. It reminds me a lot of comic books were like created around that time, like the 30s and 40s, and a lot of those tropes are still in comics. So like J. Jonah Jameson would be somebody that would definitely fit into this film.
You can see it in Sam Raimi's adaptation of it. Like he loves that sort of fatty style newspaper.
Give me some photos of Spider-Man. Hurry up now.
I want Spider-Man.
Well, like Clark Kent is similar. Yeah.
I love that like the first rom-com features a main character who is a journalist because that is such a staple of rom-coms.
I think there's just something about like I've been assigned someone as a story, but while I'm working on the story, I'm also going to fall in love with them.
Yeah, and their job's supposed to be finding the truth and the ethics of their job.
And it's always the truth that they find is not the ones that the editors want them to find.
No.
They find something else that is such an engaging story in itself.
It's not the truth they expected, is it? I really want to read the story that he wrote because it convinced the editor that he was in love. Like even when he took it back and he was like, I'm not marrying her, and I was just joking, the editor knew that it just hadn't gone his way. He knew he wasn't lying. So clearly whatever he wrote in a half hour in a bar or whatever was so compelling. I want to read it.
Nora, this was your first time watching this.
Yes.
Well, did you know anything about it before coming to it?
No, just that it was considered like the first rom-com.
So you knew very little, but you came into it and you loved it.
Oh yeah, of course I loved it.
Yeah.
Of course I did.
I feel like of all the old movies we've covered now, this one might be your favorite. Because we've got 3 black and white movies on the list.
Yeah, I guess it would be my favorite. I have one complaint about this movie, and it's one of those like, it was a different time kind of complaints. And it's that some of the humor is wildly misogynistic.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just chose to ignore that.
Yeah.
I was just like, every time he makes a domestic violence joke, I'm just going to pretend it didn't happen so that I can continue to enjoy this movie.
I feel like that's me with every older movie. Like,
yeah.
You kind of have to have that in your brain just to enjoy it. Otherwise, you'd be like,
yeah. It's like, I almost think there's no point in us even really discussing it because like it's been discussed.
Yeah.
People have analyzed
We're
the
not
hell
going
out
to
of
add
it.
anything to the discussion. But one of the notes I made is that there is an enjoyable danger to Cary Grant's character.
ooh.
Clark Gable?
Elaborate.
Yeah, not Clark Gable, yeah.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
These heartthrobs.
Square jaw.
These men whose initials are CG.
Yes. Oh, good point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they basically are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
Mhm, mhm.
Like you don't entirely feel safe with him, but you want to be with him.
Oh, he's a bad boy.
Yeah. He's like your dad.
No. Oh God, my dad was like really selling himself as the bad boy in our His Girl Friday episode, and then we used that as our promo clip for the episode because it was so funny. And I sent it to him, and he says, "I regret my openness during the recording." And then I'm pretty sure he never listened to the episode.
Oh,
so, oops.
Yeah, I kind of felt like watching the movie. It's very like the pacing was very modern. I kind of feel like when you watch older movies, it's a bit slower paced. There's a bit more.
It's quick.
Kind of felt, yeah. So
no, and like it's got the really nice moment right up top where she's at the train station. The detectives are looking for her, and he is in the phone booth, and we're introduced to them separately but in the same scene, which I really love. The only confusing thing about that scene is that they're all calling him King, which is the name of her, her betrothed. Because he comes out of the phone booth and they're all like, "It's the King, the King." Yeah. I'm like, first time I watched it, I remember being like, "Oh, this is the guy she's married. She must have never met him before." I couldn't figure it out. If I was making this movie today, I wouldn't have put that confusion.
No. But it does. That scene's really effective, though, because we're sort of like, this guy is like a bad boy. Yeah. He's got a reputation. He's admired for sort of being like scrappy, but he's also a first-class bullshitter.
Yeah.
When there's editor hangs up on him and he continues the conversation.
I think that's what makes him like salt of the earth. Like, I'm a bullshitter. I like what's called slick my way into situations.
Right. He's always selling something. Yeah. He's always got an angle. And when he says to her, like, "Oh, we should start a 2-person theater troupe and we'll play all the time," they should. He is so good at improv. Yeah. When he has to scare off Shapley. So when it hits the newspapers that there's a $10,000 reward and Shapley's like, "I'm going to turn her in," and he's like, "Cool. Do you have weapons?" Yeah. Like, are you prepared to kill a woman if you need to?
And then he started getting really nervous. I thought that was a really good scene.
Incredible.
Yeah. Shapley is in it less than I would remember him being in it, but it is one of those sort of side characters that makes such an impression because he's such a fucking rat.
Gave me such an ick, especially when he's like, "I'm married and I have kids." Like, he has a daughter and a wife, and he is treating a woman the way that he treats her. That's very dark.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he sucks. Shapley sucks.
But the thing is, if we were to make this today, I would play Shapley. That's the role I would want.
But it was a really clever way of getting rid of him, though. I thought it was really smart.
So smart, so funny, but also extremely dark.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have expected that in this, like, G-rated 1930
like, would you want to go this far? And then it gets to a point where he does not even want to say her name. He wouldn't want to.
Yeah. But it's great as well because it then just adds to their plate because now they can't take the bus anymore.
Right.
So then you've got the piggyback scene, and you've got the really lovely scene where she's terrified because he's gone and he just went to gather some carrots.
She hates carrots.
I know, but he did. But she was hungry. I'm sorry. If you're like going on about how hungry, you eat a fucking carrot.
Yeah, I would eat the carrot.
An iconic hitchhiking scene as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about the hitchhiking scene?
Because everyone knows it without watching the movie.
The whole time he's talking, I was like, "Honey, you are missing your number one asset right now, which is you have an attractive woman with you." I don't think she even need to pull her skirt up. She could have just put her thumb out. He should at least have her stand with him because a lone man is much scarier to pick up than a couple.
But I tell you this, they would have got picked up by that guy anyway.
Right.
Because he was just going to rob them.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Do you think that's just what he does? Like, he drives around robbing hitchhikers? Like, is that his whole thing? Because he is so annoying. And imagine being like,
I was robbed by the most annoying man.
Annoying man in the world. Young people in love. Seldom hungry.
God, I know what's going to make it onto the soundtrack for this one. Yeah, I guess that was his plan. It's a good plan. I mean, she's unlucky on this fucking trip. The bit where he runs off to save her bag and he comes back and he's like, the guy got away. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Like, it's very upsetting, like how it reminds me of Sullivan's Travels.
Yeah.
Where he basically loses everything as well. Just he doesn't know he's lost it because he's got the amnesia.
Yeah.
But
Spoiler.
we will cover that one.
It is really good. That's a screwball.
That's a fucking great movie.
But what do you think of like Claudette's character then? Or Colbert?
I mean, I love her as like the sort of stick in the mud.
Yeah.
You know, like
I don't think she is.
I mean, she doesn't want to be, but she is in the sense of that's what like life has led her to be.
Yeah.
But like she wants, as you can tell from when she's talking to King at the end, and she's like, every day will be an adventure. Like what she discovers is that like I think like she thinks she'd get that from King, but she won't, because that will just be another gilded cage she's kept in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually think her behavior is pretty reasonable throughout the whole movie. Like, she never really pissed me off.
Oh, and she never pissed me off.
I think he was right to take her money away, as like sort of infantilizing as that was. She is really bad with money.
Yes.
So I think he was right for that.
I'm glad she gave his money to that woman.
I thought that was a really nice moment because it showed that like she knew. Actually, no, maybe she didn't know they were out of money, but she definitely knew they were low on money.
But she also knew at this point that someone needed it more.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
exactly.
that's like, that's a really lovely moment of growth. That I think, I don't mean stick in the mud so much, but I mean just someone who doesn't completely understand how the world works.
Oh, definitely. She's sheltered as hell.
Yeah.
But she's very resourceful. She seems like a lot of fun. Like, I want to hang out with her.
Yeah. I like her realizing what the world is. She's out in the world for the first time.
It is
like
insane they couldn't catch her when she jumped off that boat.
She's a good swimmer.
She's a really good swimmer. They got a fucking boat.
But it's her first time ever being alone with a man.
Yeah.
So like her dad literally had her snatched from the courthouse while she was getting married. Like she said, I do, and then was dragged out the door.
Until he finally gave up. And was like, I'll make a deal with King.
King.
The fucking worst guy.
King Wesley, who we don't see him enough to have any reason to dislike him. We're just told that he's like a gold digger and a loser.
I don't like that he's gonna like land his plane.
Yeah, that is an asshole move.
Yeah, that's just like, you don't need to do that at your wedding.
Just wants to flex.
Yeah, that's too much of that.
Bit extra.
But I love, what's the line Clark Gable has when he sees her, when he arrives at the wedding? I want to see what love looks like when it's triumphant. I haven't had a good laugh in a week.
My favorite exchange. Do you love her? Yes, but don't hold that against me. I'm a little screwy myself.
I wish films today had dialogue like this. Even if it doesn't sound entirely natural, it's so much fun.
It's weird because it was pre-Hays Code.
Apparently.
Yeah. But I kind of feel like maybe there was still some sort of like social...
There was a production
decorum.
code.
There was still some sort of like social decorum where they still had to like use and even invent their own double entendres and like ways of getting around things. Where I feel like now there are no taboos. And when you have no taboos, it's kind of... There's no real playful kind of talk.
You don't have to be as creative.
Yeah.
To like get things past a censor.
It's the restriction that like you work so well within the confines that you're set that you'll come up with something brilliant to make it work within them.
I think the closest we've ever gotten were 90s teen movies. Like the Kevin Williamson's dialogue is so creative. I like 10 things.
Kevin Williamson of the Vampire Diaries.
I was gonna say it.
10 things. 10 things I hate about. Hate about you. The dialogue's so smart and.
You seen that one, Nora?
Stop it! It's my favorite rom-com.
Oh, that's great. Even now, it's like it's a bit edgy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's aged incredibly
when a dad
well.
has the whole speech about them not getting pregnant and stuff like that.
The pregnant belly she's got to wear.
Yeah. I should have listened to my father. No, but she would have if she wasn't so doped up. I love him.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Or
we
am
do.
I being like old man
are
who shouts at cloud?
there are good scripts out there with good dialogue for sure, but this is something different.
It's packed.
Yeah, it leans into a little bit of, and this is not in the rom-com world at all, but I love the great M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
The great.
The reason I bring it up is because the major complaint I get from people about M. Night is his use of dialogue.
Oh.
And his sort of like how the dialogue doesn't ring true to real life. And that's what I love about it, because it rings true to the world of M. Night's films. And the dialogue here does the same thing. It doesn't, people don't speak like this, but they do in this movie. And that's what's wonderful about it. And our ears become too, it's like watching Shakespeare, where you don't speak like that, but as you watch it enough and then you start listening to it and you're like, oh no, it all works within the world that it's set.
Yeah, I mean, we don't go into those films wanting to see some sort of like stark Ken Loach realism. We want to see something that's bigger than life and people talk in really poetic ways. And yeah. And M. Night is, I will say this about him, he takes big swings all the time.
M. Night's got his first romance coming out next year. I don't think it's a comedy, but I definitely think we should
we should go.
Do you think Trap's not a romantic comedy?
No, it's not.
It's so interesting that you say this, because I made the exact same note about like, people do not talk like this, but I wish that they would.
Yeah.
So my boyfriend's an actor, and he walked through as I was watching it today, and he was like, acting used to be so much easier. You used to be able to just, like you used to be able to just do Shakespeare. People would say you were amazing at Shakespeare if you were like, oh, to be, it's
just
like,
project.
God, you're really good.
Like, the rules of acting change, over time. And the rules of acting were different in 1934 than they are now. And I would argue it probably was easier because it was a bit more presentational. But like in my head, like I know the acting styles are different, but in my head, people in the 1930s were just like that. Yeah. Like they were just different. And I know that's not true.
But it's very funny because I feel like if I took an actor now and asked them to do the sort of 1934 style performance, I don't think they'd be able to achieve what these two achieve in this movie. You know what I mean? I think it's just different styles of presentation.
Oh, sure.
The speed of it as well.
Yeah.
Like it's...
I think that like... That's I do think they are doing brilliant jobs.
What I think is interesting about it is, so the scene where she's actually crying, like after she tells him that she loves him and he like blows her off, is she does that thing where she's like sort of biting her knuckle because she's just so overcome. And like if I did that on stage or in a film now, people would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But it's so beautiful and so perfect. And I believe her. I believe that she's heartbroken.
You see, I think that's it. I think that's a real shame that people will be thinking, what the fuck are you doing? Because I think it's a choice. And I think it's a sort of like, it's not over the top. It's stylized.
Right, exactly.
It's like, that's something I do feel like we miss from a lot of movies now, is that, you have to lean into your own stylistic interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as many good things have come from borrowing from It Happened One Night, we could borrow more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just to go back to something you asked earlier, Ramzee, what were they loaned to Columbia for?
Yeah.
MGM loaned Clark Gable to Columbia as punishment for his affair with Joan Crawford.
Wow.
No affairs!
It's crazy, right? Imagine like that goes beyond them being like trading cards. It's almost like, is it they're like reputation? I guess reputation.
You're gonna stay in your reputation, you're gonna make this shitty movie.
But I feel like it impacts people, what people think about you impacts if they're going to see your movie. So they were like, well, you've hurt your star power here. Now you got to go for this shit. It ends up winning 5 Oscars.
And he gives up his Oscar as well.
Oh.
He gave his Oscar to a child who liked the performance, and his argument was it was the winning of the statue that mattered, not owning it.
Was it like a baseball player who just gives the ball to like a random kid, like the audience, but like
the child returned the Oscar to the Gable family after Clark's death.
Oh, so I want to know. Okay, when you say affair, extramarital affair or like workplace?
I'd have
affair?
To delve deep into this.
Because
I don't know.
who gives a shit if they were both consenting adults?
Yeah.
I guess back then that shit mattered.
Yeah, true.
You know, like if you were seen having relations out of wedlock.
Of course.
Yeah. Back in the 1930s, that was a slight against you.
And those like LA Confidential type gossip rags were like
good point.
Like not to justify it, but that's what it was like.
He was tearing down the walls of Jericho on and off the screen.
It's a perfect ending. I love these two innkeepers.
Yeah, they're funny. Also, they never kiss. So the hottest moment for me is when he's putting his coat over her like a blanket when they're sleeping in the straw, and he like leans in like he wants to kiss her, and then they don't. And I was like, whew, whew.
I also love, and you don't see it happen, but when they sleep on the bus and he puts like a shawl around her and she wakes up the next morning and she's like, oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Her like, she's asleep and she's like holding the lapel of his coat in her hand. I was like, that is the cutest fucking thing I have ever seen. And I don't think he fell in love with her then, but I think he softened towards her then. I think he fell in love with her after the little improv to throw off the detectives.
I mean, he falls in love with her before he knows who she is.
Yeah, he just sees her as an annoying person, but he still fancies her.
Yeah, I think he likes her immediately. I think he falls in love with her after they like team up.
She has
to
pizzazz.
hide from the,
she has
because he's like, oh, you're funny.
Yeah.
You know, because there's like, you know, as a woman, occasionally what happens sometimes is when I meet someone who is like attracted to me, they will treat me a certain way. And then when you get to a certain point in the conversation and you say something intelligent or funny, they start treating you a different way. Like they go, oh, men are always surprised. They're always surprised when you're funny. They're always surprised when you're smart.
Interesting.
Yeah. And there's a shift. And that's literally what happens when he's like, oh, he says like, you actually have a brain.
Was there a shift when I noticed you were funny?
No, because I don't think you're the kind of person who expects women to not be funny.
No, I expect women to be funny, and if they're not, I'm very disappointed.
you're like, get out of here, you unfunny woman.
This also brings us back to another great side character, the bus conductor, who just goes, oh, yeah?
I love him. He also looks so familiar. I was going through his IMDb, like, where have I seen you?
Where do I know the bus conductor? Oh, yeah.
There are like so many brilliant. It's almost like a Simpsons episode when you have like so many little side characters.
It's a real delight in that sense. Like, you are surrounded by just great day players. We haven't talked a lot about her dad as well, but he's such a great performer.
I love him.
He's one of the great movie dads.
Yeah, he's great. Like, he obviously sucks at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very clear he loves her.
Yes.
And like, he sucks because he's not giving her freedom, but he also doesn't suck because he knows King is a fucking like loser.
Right. Like, he's right.
Yeah, he's just handling it wrong.
Right. It's just like not allowing an adult woman her agency is, not great.
Yeah. But it is later on when he also, he gets Peter immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he clocks him.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on.
It's the very sweet scene where he's like, I don't want the reward. I want the $38 owed to me. I spent on your daughter.
Yeah, that is like the tell that he's an honest bloke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's so nice. So an important thing to say today is I am wearing my Space Jam shirt.
That is important.
And my Looney Tunes hat.
Oh, yeah.
And this movie has been cited by animator Fritz Freleng as at least 3 inspirations for the character of Bugs Bunny.
Oh, totally.
Right, the carrots.
The carrots. He also says the personality of Shapely.
Oh no!
So, but I get it. It's that sort of, that fast talking sort of like attitude, which is the best thing about Shapely.
Yeah.
As well as the mobster mentioned by Clark Gable, Bugs Dooley. He also said that the dad inspired Yosemite Sam and King Wesley inspired Pepe Le Pew. So
Wow.
I love that.
I have no idea how the dad inspired Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little bit when he's angry.
Yeah,
When he's angry at the like foolish people he's working with. The scenes where we cut back to him tracking her down are really fun.
Mm-hmm.
When he's on like the plane and he's like, "Can you go any faster?"
I mean, Gable's pretty Bugs Bunny-ish in the way he's trickstery and
yeah, you can see it, like the inspiration. But Bugs Bunny, I was once asked who my favorite actor was in acting class, and I said Bugs Bunny.
And I'm sure that went over well.
It did actually.
Really?
Yeah. Do you disagree?
I don't disagree. As a person with 2 degrees in acting, I admire the work of Mr. Bunny.
he's so versatile.
He's very versatile. You know, he's made plenty of pictures, Nora.
He's worked more than I have.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that.
He's still working to this day.
It's true. He's had a long career.
Yeah. He's got long ears. But you know, so I feel that's one of the reasons this movie appeals to me. It is the origins of my favorite performer.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And your favorite genre? The romantic
Rom-coms.
comedy.
Yeah.
Why did you? Jack looked so blank when I said that.
I was like,
what is this show about?
I was like, is it the origin of cartoons?
It is bonkers that this is kind of like seen as the first ever one, because like usually when you see the first film of a genre, they're usually quite rough around the edges, and like
I think this is the first like well-regarded one. I'm sure there are
because this one's so robust, so well done from the off.
I have no doubt, like in the like, I'm sure that like
silent
we have silent era rom-coms.
I mean, there had to be, but I guess this is the first like modern
Oh, yeah.
rom-com.
Definitely.
I guess. I mean, if you think about like there's Old English, which was basically German, and then there's the way that Shakespeare wrote was early modern English.
It's
like this is the early modern rom-com.
Yeah.
So according to Google AI.
Oh no, not Google AI.
Sherlock Jr. in 1924, which is the Buster Keaton era, and Girl Shy, Harold Lloyd, are 2 early rom-coms. And then it happened one night.
Oh.
Great.
And the Philadelphia Story is cited as but yeah, those are, and then it also says there are rom-coms dating back to the days of ancient Greece.
Of course.
So you have Lysistrata.
Yes.
Because love and comedy are such a good combination.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I mean, we mentioned Obsession earlier, and the reason I think that movie works is because it does lean into its like love and comedy aspects of it. The horror part of it comes from the comedy, I almost think. Like, I mean, you laugh so much and then you scream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like Midsummer Night's Dream, they had the whole thing of when who was the donkey-headed
Bottom.
Yeah, Bottom has the love potion, right?
Yeah,
and it's played for like laughs, but with Obsession, they play it straight and like it's pure seriousness. It's like.
It's a very good point. We'll save that for our Obsession episode.
Yeah, it's all about it's all about consent.
It's
isn't
very
it? Like
Shakespearean.
love potion. How much you can have laugh with it? It's quite a dark.
Very dark.
Thing. You're taking someone's agency away.
Do we want a MTV Best Kiss Award game?
Do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The MTV Movie Awards did not exist in 1934. I know, shocker.
Rude.
So I have picked a random other year, which is 2008. So the way that this game works is that, so Jack always guesses. You are welcome to help him guess.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll help him guess.
Great. So I will give you hints as to what the films were that were nominated or won the MTV Best Kiss Award in 2008. So let me look up the awards. Any initial guesses?
Ooh.
So that 2007 to 2008 time is an interesting time.
Is it Notebook era?
Was it
Notebook
past
era?
Notebook?
Yeah, we're past Notebook.
Notebook is 2004.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to think late. So like, I don't feel like Hairspray makes it in.
Oh my God, it's a good
High School
year.
Musical?
High School Musical 3 is 2008, but it would have been later on in the year. That's an October.
2008.
release.
That's quite.
I mean,
but hey, it's supposed to be a bumper year. Trying to figure out what that
It's
could
an
be.
amazing year. I'm looking at
we're
the
too
answers
early
right
for
now.
Twilight.
We are too early for Twilight.
Yeah,
Twilight
is the next
Reign
year.
of Terror started in 2009.
Yeah. Do we have a bad Harry Potter kiss?
We do have a bad Harry Potter kiss.
Is it Order of the Phoenix?
It certainly is.
Oh.
It's when Harry kisses Cho Chang, which has
yeah.
absolutely no right to be on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nominee.
Okay. Because we will have just missed Spider-Man 3, though I also don't think there's any good kissing in Spider-Man 3. Is there a Transformers kiss?
No.
Of course. And I'm guessing Homer and Marge kissing in the Simpsons movie doesn't make it in there.
Sadly, no.
I would have put it in.
Yeah, I would have. Throw some stuff out there. Any with Jennifer Aniston in it?
No,
No.
that's a good guess.
Can we get the genres of the movies?
Yeah,
Is that-
so one of them is, I can't read the genre because it will give it away immediately. It's one of those things that's got like 1,000 qualifiers,
Oh.
but it is a
Is
movie
it
we
500
covered.
Days of Summer?
No,
Oh.
it's a movie we covered on the show.
Movie we've covered on the show. We've not covered a lot from that era.
No, which should
from
help narrow it
Scrubs,
down.
Zach something. What's his?
Zach Galifianakis? Oh,
No, the guy who's in Scrubs.
Zach Braff.
That brat.
Oh, like Garden State? Is
Garden
that his
State
movie?
or-
It's
That's Garden State's a little
The
earlier.
Last Kiss.
The
was
Last
that one?
Kiss.
No.
With Rachel Wilson.
What did we cover?
It's a 2007 movie.
2007 movie we covered. So that's got to be like the last film of that era that we cover, and then we jump to like 2014.
Yeah, it goes 2007 to 2017 is the jump on the list.
Stupid.
I can give you the genre. It'll give it right away, but it's a
Can
little
you
freebie.
give me like a part of the genre? Like, is it? Well, I guess it's
Fantasy.
a rom-com. It's a fantasy rom-com. Oh, is it Enchanted?
It's Enchanted. It is a, wait for it, live action, animated musical fantasy romantic comedy.
Oh god.
I was like, I can't.
And Enchanted won Best Kiss.
It was
No,
nominated. It
nominated.
did not
okay.
win.
It did not win. Okay.
So we've got one that is a very well-known, very successful, oft-referenced coming-of-age comedy drama.
Coming of age comedy drama. Like a gal movie. Like a
Uh,
sleepover movie?
No, it's, I think it's a kind of a gal movie that managed to, like, boys also like this movie.
Okay.
It's
so
a teen.
So it's like in the Mean Girls world. Is it
Pitch
no,
Perfect.
No, but
We're too early for Easy
yeah,
A.
I love Pitch Perfect. It is too early for Easy A. It's a little less gal than you think, even though the protagonist is
a gal.
a teenage girl. Yeah.
Protagonist, and it's the protagonist kissing a boy.
Yeah. A teenage boy,
Teenage boy.
thankfully. Also a
Thank-
teenager.
You don't need to whisper
No,
to
sorry.
me.
What could it be?
We're not
So
at
I'm trying to
quiz
think-
night.
I'm trying to think like, oh, is it?
Did this teenage girl go on to do like much else?
Loads. Is still
Loads.
actively working. So my dad criticized this movie by saying it's totally unrealistic. Teenagers are not that clever and witty.
That's every movie.
Again, this feels like Easy A.
It's not easy. So
Is it one of those ones that's based on like a novel?
I have
Like
no
not
idea.
a Pride and Prejudice
I don't
adaptation?
think so. It won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay.
Oh my god, it's Juno.
It's Juno.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, so
How did
that's-
I not know that's one of my favorites.
Elliot Page, Michael
Yeah.
Cera.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. That's a great movie. We need to cover it
Yeah.
on the show at
Yeah.
some point.
I haven't seen it in years. I would love to go back to it.
The other nominee, and then we'll move on to the winner, is a psychological thriller.
Oh.
I haven't seen it. I remember seeing loads of stuff about, like, I remember seeing all the trailers and stuff when it was coming out. It was like TV star, sort of child actor transitions into like serious movie.
Ooh.
Disturbia.
Yes.
Yes.
Well done. Shia
thing is-
LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Disturbia rules.
Yeah.
Disturbia's great fun.
Also a Rihanna song, right? They're not connected.
Disturbia.
Yeah,
they're not connected.
they're not
not
connected.
connected.
Because that comes out later. but-
That's another thing that I miss. I miss when movies had songs. Do you remember like
Oh,
actual pop songs were connected
hey,
to music?
young people are going to love when we're hungry.
Yeah, where was the album, the record deal tie-in there?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, the winner.
Mm.
This movie is probably the single most referenced film on this podcast purely because of its title.
Legally Blonde 2.
You are so close.
Red,
It
white.
is a sequel.
Oh, Step Up to the Streets.
Yes!
Oh! I love that.
I've been so excited to get to 2008 on this game so that I could use that hint. We reference Step Up to the Streets all the time.
That's one of my guilty pleasures, that movie. I think it's quite fun.
My favorite of them is the Step Up 3.
Oh, Step Up 3. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
3D.
Yeah.
Step Up 4 is quite good as well.
There are 4 of them?
There are 5 of them.
Oh my God, it's like Jaws.
I've never seen. Well, there's 4 Jaws.
I was at
Kenny Ortega.
No, there are 4 Jaws.
A few of them, I think.
Which one?
Kenny Ortega. He directed a few of them.
It's
John M. Chu.
John M. Chu directs 2 and 3. I don't know who directs 4 or 5. Oh, actually, the director of 5
Did he make the Wicked films as well?
Yeah.
John M. Chu, yeah.
And Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah. Amazing.
Which we love.
Well done.
Okay.
Do we want to do soundtrack?
Yes. So there really isn't any music in this movie.
Shut up.
That isn't sung by. Let me finish my sentence.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
There's no score.
Right. There's no music except like diegetic music that is sung by the characters in it. So there's nothing to like put on a Spotify playlist.
I bet you there's a Spotify song of the
trapeze one.
The man on the magic trapeze.
It's just not going to be the same as like, it's not, So I'm not sure.
I mean, we put Jingle Bells on.
They should just clip Jack's singing and use that.
Yeah.
People in love are seldom hungry.
Yeah, I think if you are desperate for songs from this movie, just listen to us. Listen to this episode. Listen to us singing.
Yeah. If you want to set the mood between you and your partner, crank up this episode.
All right, let's do it. Young People in Love on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Young people in love are seldom hungry.
3 different keys, but nailed it.
That's harmony.
Yeah, harmony. Okay. So should we move on to would do, wouldn't do, have done?
Ooh.
So did you read this part of my email?
I did.
Okay,
but
cool.
I've got to remember what it was again.
That's fine. So we go through and pick something you would do, wouldn't do, and have done of basically the events of the movie.
Okay.
It can be serious, it can be silly, it can be meta, whatever you want.
I'll definitely like go on an impromptu road trip around America.
Nice.
Yeah.
If I truly believed that my daughter was marrying the wrong person, I would 100% keep trying to convince her of that as I am literally walking her down the aisle. I was like,
we can always back out.
I was like, he's so real for that.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I would do.
The politics of that is so weird though. I've had sometimes when friends are dating douchebags.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Nora's had to stand by many a time while I've been in a relationship.
That's not true. That's not true.
She has to hold her tongue.
No, that's not true. And I also don't hold my tongue.
No, I know.
But I have told my friends, like, if I get engaged or if I'm in a serious relationship and you truly hate the person, that is extremely important for me to know.
Yeah.
Like, I would never be with somebody who all of my friends hated.
Yeah.
Because I really trust my friends.
Yeah.
And I like them. So yeah, thankfully that has not been the issue in my current relationship. But yeah.
I would put up the walls of Jericho to maintain modesty.
You would.
Yeah. I wouldn't want someone to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's no like, if you ever end up in one of those like, oh, but there's only one bed rom-com situations, you'd be like, I'm building a pillow for it.
Oh no, I'd be on the floor. You know, Walls of Jericho, lovely until we're married. And the walls come tumbling down. I did like when she hangs her stuff on it. He's like, I'll take those things off the walls of Jericho.
That is sacred.
Yeah, that made me really laugh. And the way she was supposed to go, ooh.
Oh goodness, the impropriety. What wouldn't you do, Jack?
I wouldn't like drive off in the middle of the night to like secretly, because that's the big problem that he causes.
Yeah.
As much as I love him driving back, singing his song, he flies through the air, the greatest of ease. Honestly, God, I would have had such a career singing those songs. Like that's in my wheelhouse completely.
It was a little miscommunication trope.
Yeah. But you need it though. It wouldn't have been a rom-com.
No, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been. But my life isn't a rom-com, Ramzee. My life is my life.
You could turn it into one.
She thinks that he despises her so much that he would abandon her there.
Yeah.
That is so sad. And after she's cried and been like, I'm in love with you, of course she's hurt by that. Yeah. That made me so sad. What wouldn't you do?
I wouldn't personally get in a car hitchhiking. That is my scariest fear. And the guy looks shady. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful singing voice though.
That's true. Yeah, I would not hitchhike.
Especially one that would like stop so cartoonishly for a bare leg. But like that guy's a creep.
Agreed.
Do you know that Claudette Colbert initially refused to show her leg?
Right, she was going to get a body double leg.
She saw the body double leg and was like, that ain't my leg.
Imagine it being so bad, you don't want that to stain your reputation.
Like,
people thinking that confuse your leg for that.
I'm sorry. I've seen my leg and that ain't it.
Yeah,
I think it's so interesting because I didn't know this for the longest time that actors use body doubles for nudity scenes at times. So like in Fight Club, Helena Bonham Carter, like that's not her body.
I did not know that.
And I got this from the like the commentary, the DVD extras, and she was like, "Those are not my breasts." And it's like, I get why.
Exactly like that. Exactly like that. Those are not my breasts.
Is that your impression? Those are not my breasts. My breasts look differently.
You've got to get the Criterion edition of Room with a View to see them.
Harry Potter.
I'm great at impressions.
My name is Bellatrix Lestrange.
I get why it would make you more comfortable to not have to be nude on set, of course. But also everyone watching it is going to think that is your body. So it's sort of violating in a similar way.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
If you could be a double for someone, what type of double would you be?
I'll be a hand double. Like
you do
Joey.
have nice hands.
Like Joey Tribbiani.
I think I'd make quite a good leg double, actually.
I think I'd make quite a good leg double.
Yeah. We're tall. We have long limbs.
Elbow double.
Good elbows. I've always thought you had good elbows.
Yeah, elbow double.
Yeah, because you sometimes see some of these actors, they've got the worst fucking elbows.
I think I have nice ankles. There's a world where there's a really, really attractive woman who just has bad ankles, you know? So just cut to me for the close-up of the shoe, you know?
Wouldn't it be like you find out that Jennifer Lawrence just has the worst ankles?
Maybe she does.
She does. Well, that's why she's falling over all the time.
I and also wonder if ankles are like low-key dodgy in a sense of like now people see feet as something sexual.
Good
I wonder
point.
if ankles are like adjacent. Like if you could have like an OnlyFans account with just your ankles.
God, if you could, because my feet are nothing special, but my ankles are excellent. I need to look into this.
Or if it has its own subcategory in Mr. Skin. Like Jennifer, let's check out Jennifer and it says ankles.
I'm checking out my ankles now. They're all right. They're fucking pasty though.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
I like a pasty ankle.
Yeah. I could be like Rupert Grint's ankle double. What wouldn't you do, Nora?
Yeah.
I wouldn't throw a lit cigarette into a pile of hay.
Yeah.
Or anywhere near it.
Because you don't live dangerously.
No, but what a fucking insane move. Particularly a pile of hay you're about to sleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. Especially because he takes like half a puff of that cigarette and then just flings it. Like, I don't smoke, but if I did, I wouldn't waste a cigarette, particularly when I'm broke and on the road.
And it's the Great Depression when you don't know when your next cigarette is coming from.
Right.
That's never wouldn't do for me. I wouldn't live through the Great Depression.
But you would die?
No, I just would choose not to partake.
Sure, well,
I do not partake in this financial recession.
I'm not interested in playing that
I don't
game.
believe in it.
Call me when it's over.
Walking into like Tesco's and they're like, meal deal £6. I'm paying 2019 prices. You're getting £3 and that's it. I refuse to partake in this inflation.
I am withdrawing from society until we have all come to the conclusion that this is silly.
Jack, what have you done?
I have showered outside, just like Ellie does in this movie. And I tell you what, best shower of my life.
I'm glad.
Best shower of my life.
What I have done, and it's courtesy of Jack, is being part of a press flurry. So when we did the, because I was a member of Screen Geeks, I'm not sure if you said this before, if it was off camera, and I did a junket for an LCD sound system movie, and there was a rush because there was some musicians from the band The Claxons, and one of them was dating Keira Knightley. He's actually married to her now, but the press went crazy for him, and I was like stuck in the middle, and they pushed me along, so I was like trapped in this sort of like huddle of these press people. Yeah, so it's like it's the closest thing that I've lived in this movie.
It's so weird when you are like adjacent to something that you're like, I actually don't give a shit about this, but I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Like I accidentally walked onto the set of The Dark Knight Rises and they got so mad at me. And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like excited to see the movie, not trying to stalk the set. Can you point me towards Macy's? Because I only know of one way to get to Macy's and it's down this road. Can you help? And they were like, they thought I was lying.
So you was on the way to Macy's and then managed to get caught in one of the biggest summer blockbusters ever. There's all these actors that are dying to be in a Christopher Nolan movie, and you just happened to chance into it.
I am also technically in the movie, but I was I was an extra in the football scene.
I was born in
You can't
Macy's.
see me. I was in the crowd. It's from a distance.
Okay. Trying to do a bit.
Oh, right.
I was born in Macy's. You really adopted it. Great. Glad I got that through.
My have done is that I have also come from a long line of stubborn idiots.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue.
I've not seen that part of you yet, but you know, it's all good.
Didn't say I was one. Just that I've come from a long line of them.
You are
I am one. I am one. Yeah. Okay. We did it.
We did it. Well,
Rom-com braid-out time?
Yeah, we got to do the rom-com braid-out.
Woo!
Why are you saying it like that? Rom-com braid-out.
The rom-com braid-out.
Braid-out.
The rom-com braid-out is our scientifically accurate method of rating a rom-com movie. It is split into 4 parts. The first 3 parts are out of 5. They are rating the movie on leads/chemistry, supporting characters, and plot. Then we move on to the 0 to 100 scale of, oh my God, what do I call this?
The rom-com balance.
The rom-com balance.
Very scientific.
Thank you.
It is, extremely.
At 0, the film is more romantic. At 100, it is more comedic. At 50, it is the perfect balance of rom and com. Ladies and gentlemen, leads/chemistry.
I would make it a 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'd go for 5.
Yeah, I'd say 5.
Yeah.
I think it's just solid stuff.
Insane chemistry. The fact that they never kiss and we buy the romance.
And
We had that in,
the actors hated the movie.
Yeah. They thought they were just making shit. Like, for the fact that they got such good performances out of 2 people who could not be bothered.
Yeah.
Supporting characters, it's a 5 from me.
5,000%.
Yeah.
They're like, the supporting characters were part of why this film was so good.
Everybody feels alive.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody I wouldn't want to spend more time with.
I can't think of a movie where the supporting cast were that quotable as well.
Young people in
Yeah, that guy's doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
He's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Shapley's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. The dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of at like a 3 or 4 just because I was like, I don't know that there's enough. Like, this movie is a lot of just them alone. But you're right. Like, when we do get those people, they are all deeply iconic.
Yeah, very quotable.
So I'm going to let you influence me up to a 5.
Cool. Let's do plot.
Brilliant.
It's so simple and effective.
Yeah.
This is a free time 5 banger.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me.
Yeah.
Rom-com balance.
The rom-com balance. I think we've done this again recently, but I think this is a 50.
I also think it's a 50.
I'm trying to think, like, it's funny, but there is some romance in it, but not.
I don't think either side outweigh each other. The romance is really sweet and like builds in the way you want it to, and and goes to play. I guess like the only thing you could say is like, yeah, there's no like kissing and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the vibe is there.
Because it's so restrained, like in the simple gestures, we imbue so much romance in it. So I would say it's a 50.
Yeah. I think it's one of those cases where it could have more of both. I think if we were remaking this movie now, we would put in more of both. But I think it didn't know it was inventing a genre.
Yeah.
It didn't know that it had genre requirements to live up to. Like, I don't feel let down by it. I just sort of thought about it and I was like, well, in comparison to other ones, it's like, I do want a little more of both, but this movie's perfect.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's great. It's
we've done it.
We've done it.
That's the episode.
We've done it. We've talked about the birth of a genre.
Yeah.
A genre.
Genre.
A genre.
And we played games.
We did. I don't know.
As it was written, so it shall be.
And fascinating tangents.
Fascinating. I brought up vampires multiple times, so it's a successful episode for me. Also, it is the hottest day of the year in London today. Yeah. We turned on the AC to like cool the room before you got here, but obviously it hums. So we switched it off before recording and it is now fucking boiling.
We are boiling in this room.
Yeah.
Boiling.
I'm sure they were boiling when they were making this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say it happened one podcast.
Whatever it is.
Wherever it is.
It happened.
Ramzee, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for inviting me. You guys are hilarious and very insightful.
Oh, I'm gonna clip that. I'm just gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Make it my text tone.
We'll do clips of all the nice things our guests have said about us.
It doesn't happen very often.
We've got Pilar telling us how much fun we are, and Ramzee saying we're hilarious and insightful.
You are.
Hey, so are you.
Makes it so interesting. Why this podcast is so cool.
Tell us a little bit about where we can find you and plug anything you want to plug.
You can find me on Instagram at Ramzee Creates, where I'm a children's author, so I'll be like showing all the books I'm doing and also books I'm reading as well. So I'm reading a lot of like more grown-up literature because I write a lot of kids stuff. I tend to read a lot of grown-up books, so I didn't want to
Yeah, and it's Ramzee
Ramzee Creates.
And yeah, you can buy your book in store.
You can buy my book on Amazon or Waterstones or anywhere like that.
It's called Cheap.
It's called The Cheap Book. If you buy it for the 7 to 11 killing your life.
I have a copy.
Oh yeah. You went to my book launch. It's really cool seeing you, man. Thanks for coming.
We'll put a link to it in the show notes as well.
Oh, thanks.
And of course, you can find your stuff as well for Marvel.
Oh yeah. You can go to your local comic shop for that, like Edge of Spider-Verse. Check it out.
That's so cool.
That's very cool.
We can put a link to that too. All the links.
Oh yeah, but thank you so much. It's been such a fun time chatting, the OG romcom with you.
Yeah, the original, the instigator.
The instigator.
The instigator of the hell that is romcoms. that skewered all our romantic expectations.
Wow. God, you're so right. This movie is responsible for ruining us.
Yep. This movie is the reason nothing will ever be good enough.
Wow. Let's all unpack that in therapy.
We all have to settle for the King Wesley in our lives.
Yeah.
Aww.
And let's end it with
some young people in love are seldom hungry.
You went seldom, I went never. Hold on, take 2.
Okay.
Young people in love are seldom hungry.
You made the same mistake again.
Nora, take us out.
Okay. As I just headbutted the mic. Okay. This has been When Rom Met Com. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, wherever you get your social media at When Rom Met Com. There are links there to the Vanity Fair article, to our letterbox, anything else we want to share, fun stuff. Come find us. You can DM us or send us an email at mail@whenrommet.com.
Get it?
We would love to hear your thoughts on the films, what rom-coms you think should have made the list, your best would-dos, wouldn't-dos, and have-dones, or anything else you would like to tell us. If you've had a nice time today, please do consider leaving us a review or following us wherever you get your podcasts. Reviews and ratings are amazing because it helps convince people that the show is worth giving a try. So that would be really, really helpful if you would do that.
And we are the OG rom-com podcast.
That's not true. If you'd like to support the future of the show so that one day we can do an episode on Juno, on Bringing Up Baby, on any of the many rom-coms that we described on this episode, or, I don't know, a series on the Vampire Diaries, you can leave us a tip on our Ko-Fi. Next time, we'll be discussing number 11, Phantom Thread. Thanks for listening, and remember, we don't hate you, not even a little bit, not even at all. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
He flies through the air, the greatest of ease.
That was amazing.